Are you a DCEU fan? Get in here. Would you like to know more about their recent updates? Have you ever wondered if The Rock's past career as a wrestler was affected as part of the DCEU? Do you think that he has brought in a touch of WWE to the DCEU? Did you know that Black Adam first received an R rating for violence? Would you like to know the details to this? Then, buckle up. Today's video will be discussing all of this. First up, what do the recent DCEU updates reveal? Have you been following DCEU's updates? Are you confused about what to expect next? Then please don't go anywhere, we're about to give it to you. The future of the DCEU is beginning to take shape thanks to new movie updates on Henry Cavill's Superman return, the Flash sequel, Batman spin-offs, and more. The DC Extended Universe has received several significant updates that reveal new details about what is to come for the Warner Brothers superhero franchise, with new leadership and a desire to use DC's most famous character. A new 10-year plan for the DCEU is being developed. The studio has yet to reveal these plans, allowing rumors to circulate about what might be. By a report that provides updates on Superman and Flash's futures, as well as more of the Batman, it appears that a more definitive update on the DCEU movie future has arrived. Warner Bros. Has already confirmed 4 films for the 2023 release dates, including long-awaited sequels, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and Aquaman, and The Lost Kingdom. Even as the DCEU searches for its Kevin Feige, it appears that WB is planning what comes next. This includes films starring Henry Cavill as Superman, Ezra Miller as the Flash, and films directed by James Gunn and Matt Reeves. Would you like to know some of these updates? Then keep watching. Up next, is Man of Steel 2 happening? Almost a decade after the release of Man of Steel, a sequel is again in the works under the new Warner Brothers regime. It has been reported that Man of Steel 2 is looking for writers and directors as a result. In addition, executives are very interested in giving audiences more Henry Cavill iteration of the Kryptonian hero in Man of Steel 2 as Kal-El. The excitement surrounding the possibility of a Man of Steel 2 sequel is understandable, but if it also has something that audiences have heard many times. Man of Steel 2 began production in 2013, but it was renamed Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. Despite the film's polarizing reception, Warner Bros. Put Man of Steel 2 in active development in 2016. However, the studio could not find any creatives to work on the project. Another creative change has boosted the chances of Man of Steel 2 happening. Also, Man of Steel is the highest-grossing solo Superman picture of all time. It ranks second when inflation is accounted for, with domestic box office receipts of $291 million in the United States and Canada, and $377 million abroad. Behind The Amazing Spider-Man, it's also the second highest-grossing reboot of all time. When all costs and revenues are taken into account, Hollywood estimates the movie's net profit to be $42.7 million, ranking it as the 9th most profitable release of 2013. The movie brought in $116.6 million on its first weekend, including $17.5 million from IMAX theaters. Additional DVD and Blu-ray sales brought in $120 million for Man of Steel. Coming right up, is The Flash 2 going to happen? Will Ezra Miller be recast? The new DCEU movie updates also reveal that Aquaman's David Leslie, Johnson McGoldrick, is already writing The Flash 2. The fact that a sequel script is already in the works shows Warner Brothers' incredible faith in the film and willingness to move forward with a sequel if the first is a success. According to reports, The Flash's test screenings are on par with the best DC films. The studio already has a completed script for The Flash 2, which indicates that the sequel will happen if the first film starring Ezra Miller meets critical and financial expectations. It could also mean that despite their various controversies, Ezra Miller will remain a part of the DCEU. Before enlisting this assistance, there were reports that Ezra Miller would not be a part of the DCEU's future, implying that the Flash would be recast or someone other than Barry Allen would take on the role, such as Wally West. The multiverse even allows WB an easy path to recast Ezra Miller, as another version of the Scarlet Speedster could join the DCEU. Now, how has The Rock turned the DCEU into WWE? Dwayne Johnson has turned the DCEU into WWE by emphasizing the audience first and hinting at a rivalry between Superman and Black Adam. With his Black Adam promotion strategy, Dwayne Johnson has cleverly turned the DCEU into a WWE event. In addition, the film introduces Dwayne Johnson's Teth-Adam to the DC Extended Universe. Dwayne Johnson rose to prominence as a WWE wrestler before transitioning to film and television. Now it appears that the actor is bringing WWE's promotional sensibilities to DC's big screen franchise. Black Adam has had an exciting and one-of-a-kind promotional campaign. Throughout the press tour for the film, Johnson repeatedly emphasized his motto of putting the audience first. Furthermore, he has highlighted a potential rivalry between Superman and Black Adam, which Dwayne Johnson wants to see in the DCU. The way the actor teases the two characters' long-awaited conflict is reminiscent of many WWE rivalries, such as Johnny vs. Stone Cold Steve Austin, CM Punk vs. John Cena, and The Undertaker vs. Kane. Wrestling rivalries are intended to further engage audiences in the show's storyline, and this appears to be what Johnson plans with his Black Adam vs. Superman teases. So, what does The Rock turning DCEU into WWE mean for its future? A film in which Black Adam battles Superman will likely generate much interest from the audiences, which could lead to a lot of money. However, this does not have an end to Black Adam's marketing because the Man of Steel isn't the only one with whom the anti-hero could compete. Teth-Adam is not your average superhero. He's a morally ambiguous character willing to do things that crime fighters like Hawkman or Superman consider unforgivable. He isn't a good team player, so he frequently clashes with a variety of super beings. Given this, Adam is the ideal subject for focusing on conflicts with other DCEU superheroes. Johnson is now concentrating on promoting a meeting between his character and Superman. However, if the character's encounter occurs, there are numerous other potential individuals with whom Black Adam could later clash. Shazam is the most obvious candidate in the DCU, given his power and connection to Adam. Shazam, released in 2023, will be the hero's second film. God's Wrath, Billy Batson has the potential to become a familiar figure for viewers, which would make marketing teases of a confrontation between him and Black Adam quite effective. A Black Adam/Superman crossover could benefit from the possible popularity of a Black Adam-Shazam crossover film. The franchise's creators could then continue teasing rivalries between Black Adam and the other popular DCEU characters, allowing the WWE-styled rivalry-centered marketing campaigns to continue indefinitely. Up next, why did Black Adam originally receive an R rating for violence? According to Black Adam producers Beau, Flynn, and Hiram Garcia, the first several MPAA submissions resulted in R ratings for extreme violence. Due to the violence in Dwayne Johnson's DC Extended Universe film Black Adam, it was initially rated R. The Rock has been attempting to bring one of DC's most potent anti-heroes to the big screens for years. He successfully lobbied for Black Adam to have his film instead of debuting in 2017's Shazam. 5 years later, his debut as a villain is finally on the horizon. Black Adam, directed by Jaume Collet Serra, tells the origin story of Dwayne Johnson's DC villain and how his modern-day reawakening affects the superhero landscape. It has been made very apparent that Dwayne Johnson's DC character is different from other DCU heroes throughout Black Adam's production and marketing. His interactions with the Justice Society of America are depicted in trailers where he declares that he is not a hero and that he will murder when necessary. The first Black Adam teaser released by Warner Brothers provoked Black Adam's point as he brutally murdered several armed humans upon his reawakening. Black Adam's violent tendencies have been displayed as the DCEU film returns the franchise to a darker tone. Due to the violence, it appears that Black Adam was nearly R-rated. The film's producers Beau, Flynn, and Hiram Garcia revealed to Collider that the first several MPAA submissions resulted in R ratings. Quote, "One of the things he's known for is his aggression and violence, and to do a Black Adam movie that didn't have that just wouldn't have been authentic," Garcia said, adding that the entire team, including Johnson, was committed to working with the MPAA to reduce Black Adam's potential R rating. Flynn stated that it took about 4 rounds of negotiations with the MPAA and the changes to get Black Adam to PG-13 rating, but that it was only finalized maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago. According to Flynn, the significant changes were removing scenes featuring Black Adam's extreme violence. But there you have it, my friends. That's all for today's video. We hope you liked this one. Consider hitting the like button and subscribe to the channel if you did. Please also turn on your notifications so you never miss out on any fun stuff that we inform our viewers of. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.